Hello and welcome to today's video. A little while ago I reviewed a pen from Eureka, which is a South Korean fountain pen brand and maker, and I love that pen so much. It was this pen, the Symmetry in the Peak material. Really enjoyed that pen. I still really enjoy this pen. And now I get to review another one from them. This is this pen. This is the Asymmetry Diamond Dodecagon. And this is in the green marbled ebonite finish. I'm going to talk about the parts and features, size, dimensions, all that stuff, do a writing sample, then talk about some pros and cons. Starting at the top of the pen, you can see it's a flat top, and then it's got this light bulb logo cut into the top of it, which is the Eureka logo, which I really like. And then the cap is cylindrical, but with these beautiful diamond cut like facets, I suppose you call them. So to get the pen to have this shape, there are 408 triangles cut into the ebonite cap of this pen, and I think it looks amazing. Those triangles are then continued around the edge of the rim of the cap there, which I really like. These are details I really enjoy. And Eureka fountain pens go through a range of prototyping and design stages to make these little details work. There's a little step down off the cap onto the barrel, and it continues along and then tapers to a flat end. This pen is made of Japanese ebonite, and you can see some of the beautiful like marbling or the swirl of the ebonite there. It is a beautiful material. It's not super heavy, which I appreciate. I think the pen feels nice in the hand. It's a good size, and it's got some really lovely features. So it is a screw cap, and it unscrews in 1 2/3 turns. Reveals a little step down, some relatively smooth threads, a black section which tapers, and then there's a little flare on the end. And then I've got this with the steel number 6 size nib. It's a Bock, and this is what they call their plain blasted nib. It's also available in like plain chrome as well as like two-tone and that kind of stuff. And I have this in a medium nib. And as you can see there, the plastic feed. The Diamond Dodecagon does post, and it posts secure enough, but I wouldn't post this. It becomes a very long pen, and while it'll stay there, it kind of wobbles around a little bit, doesn't quite sit very deep. But it is a big enough pen to use unposted, and actually I think the balance is very nice in that form. Now, this is a standard international cartridge converter pen. Unscrews on some very nice threads. A converter is provided, which once again I really enjoy. And because this pen is ebonite, it can be eyedroppered. You just might want to put some silicone grease on the threads, and then maybe an O-ring at the top there just to sort of really secure it. But generally speaking, yes, it can be eyedroppered. As I said, this is the green ebonite. It also comes in a range of other ebonites from blue to red and a range of other sort of greens and yellowy greens. So there's a color for everyone. If ebonite is your thing, you should really be checking out this pen. I'll put a link to the Eureka website in the description. So that is the basics of the pen. It's a simple pen in terms of the function and the basic shape and design, but particularly with this cap and those triangles cut in to give it that diamond faceted appearance. It's not super minimalist, let's say. It's on the minimalist side, but this is a really interesting feature, and I really love the way the light catches. So this is just being filmed under natural light. I just love the way the light is catching that. I'll show a photo that I took a little while ago here as well to show off that how the light hits that as well. So for the size comparison today, I've got it alongside the Lamy Safari, of course. This is my Frankenfari, taken with elements from a range of safaris, and then I've got it alongside the Symmetry here. So you can see it's roughly the same kind of size and dimensions as the Symmetry, just a flatter top and that diamond cut cap, of course, but it's a larger pen than the Lamy Safari. It is a good size pen. And that similarity is even more apparent when the pen is unposted. You see they are very, very much designed with the same basic kind of concept, and once again, still bigger there than the Lamy Safari. Posted, you see these are both large pens in comparison to the Lamy Safari here, and of course having that number 6 size nib as opposed to the smaller Lamy nib gives it a nice size in the hand and in the fingers away from the page. So, what are the dimensions of the Eureka Asymmetry Diamond Dodecagon? Well, it is 145 millimeters when it is capped. It is 100 and 40 when it is uncapped. So it's a good size, so you only lose a couple of millimeters in the length. And then posted, it's 189.5, 190 kind of length. So it's quite long. The widest point on the pen around the cap is about 15 millimeters. And in the middle of the section, we're looking at around 11. So it's a very comfortable size. And the weight is very nice as well. Total pen weight of 21 grams, 14 in the body and 7 in the cap. So lightweight, comfortable in the hand, very, very easy writer. Let's see it writing. Okay, time for the writing sample now with the Eureka Asymmetry Diamond Dodecagon. This has a steel number 6 Bock nib, and I have this in a medium. And the ink I have in this today is Diamine Sherwood Green. Let's now do some writing. So you can see it writes very nicely. It keeps up well, all of that. Let's do some quick writing. So there was a slight little skip there just at the start, but I was moving the pen quite quickly. I've not noticed a whole lot of skipping, but this is faster than anyone would sort of write on a daily basis. In everyday writing situations, it keeps up more than adequately. Reverse writing. It's possible, it's quite sharp and it's a little drier. It's not a flex nib. It's a relatively stiff nib. You can squeeze a tiny bit out, but I wouldn't be pushing it. In terms of wetness, I think it's pretty good. Like, it's certainly not the wettest pen I've ever written with, but, it does keep up quite nicely. So in everyday writing sort of situations, this pen keeps up. It has a good flow. It's relatively smooth. There's a bit of feedback on it. You would hear that through the camera. I think a bit of that is to do with the fact that it's like a blasted nib. But generally speaking, yeah, it's smooth, it writes well, and I've never really had a problem in terms of ink starvation or anything like that. So the availability of this pen tends to go in and out. They're made in small batches, and when they're available, they are available on the website. And if you follow things like the Eureka Instagram, you'll get shown when pens are available and what pens are available. But when it is available, I've seen this pen, well, the versions of this pen retailing for as low as $75 US, which is a remarkable price for what you get. There's also a version with an Ebonite feed, which looks phenomenal, which retails from around $110 American. So not a bad sort of price, really. It's just, this is not always available. And that's probably my biggest con with this pen, is the fact that the availability is yet to be kind of sorted out. They are done in very small batches, small runs, and that's what you kind of get. And that's okay. That's okay. It's just not a super consistently available pen. The only other sort of mini con, as you would have seen in the writing sample, is that with fast writing, you can get a couple of little hard starts and things like that. I don't notice that in everyday writing with the nib. That is just what you find when you do fast writing for reviews. But the pros, I really quite like that logo on the top. I think it's a really neat little feature, and it's a nice little logo, and it's kind of understated because it's not sort of like big colourful branding on the pen or anything like that. I really, really like the size of this pen. It's a good size in the hand. It's certainly not a small pen. If anything, it's on the larger side, which I enjoy, but it's not super heavy, which is great. I love the fact that it's standard international and that it comes with a converter. Win, win, win. I like this nib. I like it's a number 6 Bock nib. You can probably then swap it out with other nibs if you desired. I quite like this, and I like the blasted look of that nib. I think it's got a very unique, cool look about it. And I think it looks very, very nice on this pen with that sort of black section, which I also think is a nice design feature that sort of like just breaks up the green ebonite of that pen quite nicely. But a big, big feature of this pen is that diamond cut cap. I think it looks phenomenal, and the way the light plays off it is really, really stunning. It looks beautiful when the light catches it, and I'm very, very impressed with the quality of the work and the definition and all that kind of stuff that is available. The build quality of these pens and the basic design and the form and function is remarkable. I'm really excited to see what Eureka do going ahead. They're already showing great signs and doing good things. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there is a way you would like to support this channel, I would love to hear from you. Big thank you to Eureka for sending this pen out for review. It is absolutely phenomenal. So enjoy your writing, and I'll talk to you soon.